Now I'm going to show you a little trick, a very simple trick, how to turn that difficult rhythm into something dead easy, okay? We just put some words to it, okay? It's called phonetics, and it's a really good way to learn syncopated rhythms, okay? Now follow me, right? I'm going to give you some lyrics, some words, and this comes from my great friend Dave Hassel, who's a guru of Latin percussion in the UK, who's the teacher on our summer school next week. Little plug there. Okay, all you got to say is, I like potato, I don't like cabbage. Okay, now clap it. I like potato, I don't like cabbage. I like potato, I don't like cabbage. I like potato, I don't like cabbage. Easy peasy, right? That's exactly what I just clapped a minute ago. Isn't that amazing, right? So something in our brains. Now, the reason is because when I first clapped it, you were hearing and thinking of all those notes separately, individually, which is what you do when you read notation, okay? And when I gave you the lyrics, what happened was you used a different part of your brain, but fundamentally, you started to perceive of the thing as a whole, one whole thing. And what you've now got is a phrase, and that's what I'm talking about, melody. Rhythm is melody. And what you're thinking of that rhythm as one whole complete unit, okay? And that's how the Cubans do it. So we're always thinking in rhythmic phrases, and that's called the cascara, okay? They name their rhythms, okay? They name them, they give them a name, right? So these things are going. Now the cascara means shell. And the reason that rhythm's called a shell is because it's the rhythm that the timbale player plays on the side, on the shell of the timbale, okay? So that's the timbale rhythm, okay? You've got the clave, you've got the timbale. Now campana is the bell, okay? The campana is another rhythm, and there's some different variations, but in this, it's just gonna play on the downbeat. Dong, 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 dong. So that's just gonna give you the 1 and the 3, okay? Now we start putting some of these rhythms together, and what we've got is the basis of the Cuban mambo. Okay, the only other thing is the conga player. Okay, a conga player plays this simple pattern where he plays on the 2 and the 4. So he'll play a slap on the 2 and then the open tones on the 2 on the 4. So what he hears: 1 tak, boom boom, pak, gung gung, 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 pak. So where he's playing 1 pak, so when you hear that, that's on beat 4. So it's really good if you can understand all these different rhythmic ingredients, because you're not gonna get lost then, yeah. And this is the thing, I think a lot of horn players tend to think, oh, it's nothing to do with me, that I'll leave that to them guys in the back, you know. But you need to you do need to play it, but you need to hear it, and you need to understand it, and you need to know where 1 is. Okay, because that's very important, and that's really going to affect you, right? If you don't know where 1 is, you're in a whole heap of trouble. Okay, so understanding these rhythmic phrases and where they start and end is going to really help you keep your place in the rhythm. Yeah, because now instead of counting 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, oh blimey, where are we? You should be thinking and feeling 2 whole bars as individual, like bricks in the wall. Yeah, so like 2 bars is 1 rhythmic cycle of phrase now. Yeah, does that make sense? And then you're just counting them off. They're like so many bricks in the wall. Like, yeah, does that kind of so it's a way of thinking about the music that I think is a great way into this music, because the biggest problem a lot of people have, they start hearing all this, they practice their part, and then they get to play it with the music, and they're like, where the hell am I? You know, like, where's 1? You know, because they're not used to hearing these rhythmic phrases. And it's interesting, it's sophisticated, okay? So that's the percussion. There's a couple of other things we need to know about, right?